Woman to woman, woman to woman, woman to woman, woman to woman. Real women, real issues, real conversations. Real women, real issues, real conversations. Woman to woman, woman to woman, woman to woman, woman to woman. Real women, real issues, real conversations. Real women, real issues, real conversations.
Good evening, everyone. As soon as I can get my camera life together. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It's been a while. We've been gone for 2 weeks, and I'm so excited. I hope you've been good these last couple of weeks because honestly, your girl was struggling. I was sick for the last couple of weeks. Let me know how it's going for you. This weather has not been my friend. I have had the worst sinus infection that was so hard to shake, and I felt, not too well. So and then last week we had scheduling issues, so everything just worked out the way that it should have, because I don't think I was well enough to talk to anybody, let alone myself. But good evening, welcome to Woman2Woman. We're gonna give folks some time to get on, to get in, become a part. Thank you so much. I hope everyone, wherever you are, you're enjoying the weather. I was just talking to our guests. This weather is going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and we don't know where we are right now. And I have refused to turn on the air conditioner as well as Dr. Shirley. She said, nope, not yet. It's May, and I'm not doing it. So I don't blame you, sis. I'm not doing it either. I already told her I have to recover just from the heat, and I may have to give up both my kidneys. I don't know what I'm going to do, because I know we can live with one, but I have to give up both of the kidneys. But anyway, we'll figure it out. But again, thank you for joining us. Tag somebody, let your friends know that we're on. It's still May, and here at Woman2Woman, we have decided that May is Mother's Month. We are celebrating mothers all month long. We're not waiting for a calendar to tell us when we can celebrate the mothers, because the last I checked, we are mothers every single day. So every day, all day, no matter what the ages of the kids are. So we're going to just make sure we have a really good time and celebrate the mothers, have some really good conversations. And, some will be a little deep and a lot will be a little funny, because that's who I am. I like to have a good time, because motherhood, yeah, they didn't prepare us for the things. Some of the mothers made it look easy, and you could tell some of them were really struggling. Let me raise my hand, because that would be me. Some just made it work. And but welcome. Put it in the chat where you're from. Put your state in. Again, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Please don't forget to do that. I haven't reached my, the number yet. We should be at least 100 subscribers by now, because we've had a good run. But we're going to keep going, keep pushing. Good evening, Crystal. I see you all the way from Durham. Make sure you let your family and let your friends know that Woman2Woman is back, and it's Monday, and we're going to get this party started. Super excited on who's on with us tonight. Very excited. Well, the friend of our show and our medical expert, Dr. Shirley, she's back. She's the one that had the reel that said, no ma'am, no man, I believe I'll be done kill somebody, that got over 1,000 views. So Dr. Shirley's back. But we're also privileged to be joined by someone else, someone new to the show. And so we're going to get this party started. But before I do, Cousin Renita, I see that you're on. Welcome. If you could do me a favor and watch the Facebook page for me, because I can't, it's hard for me to monitor both. I'm watching YouTube and Facebook. So, because I want to talk about the mama-isms before we go any further. We got to talk about the mama-ism. What is a mama-ism? Let's see. I already have my glasses on. I should pick up my pointer so I could be a real professor. The mama-isms are things mama used to say that never made any sense. The mama-isms. There you go. So before we got on, Dr. Shirley and Gilda and I were talking about certain things, how mothers would say that just didn't make any sense. So if you have a mama-ism, let me know. If you have a mama-ism, let me know. Put it in the chat. What is your favorite or most memorable mama-ism? I'll start because my mother was not a well person. And I can't say the things that she used to say because I don't know who's listening. And she had very colorful language. So, but she used to, she wasn't well. So one of the things she would say all the time is, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out. I don't think I've ever said that to my kids, because the one thing I was not going to do was go to jail for them. So brought you into the world, taking you out. Nope, you on your own. But that was my mama-ism. Another one she used to do, oh God, Betty, she just had so many. We talked about the store thing, pulling up to the store and to turn around before we go in there and say, listen, we going up in here and I'm going to get what I'm going to get. Don't ask for nothing because you ain't getting nothing. So why am I here? What you bring me to the store for? The whole point of being at the store is so you could get something. Nope, that was my last trip to the store. So I wasn't playing with her. I mean, that was just abuse. That is just abuse. So what is your mama-ism? Throw it in the chat for me if you have one. If you got a mama-ism, give me a good mama-ism, because they're jewels. And then all of us, we had Black Southern mothers, or if they were born up north, their mother, your grandmother came from the South. I don't know anybody's grandmother that was like born here, not our age anyway. So when that happens, I think everybody's a little weird. But anyway, it's still Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. It's Mother's Month. And again, we will be celebrating all week long. For those of you who are just joining us, thank you. Welcome to Woman2Woman, and I am your host, Lady Bree, and I'm super excited to be with you tonight. And I do have two wonderful, phenomenal women who are going to come and share their stories about motherhood, about love, about joy, about things they didn't expect. Because like everything else in life, mothering is not easy. And it's not always rewarding. Okay, so let's put that out there, because every kid is not the best kid. So, Crystal, Gilda just said this: be yourself before you be by yourself. She had to explain that to us. That means you was out of here. Behave or you are out of here. Be yourself before you be by yourself. That has to be a straight North Carolina thing, because that's different. Okay, so be yourself. I don't know. Well, again, Betty was colorful. I can't repeat these things on an open forum. I have to wait till we're alone. I don't want to get in trouble. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get it started. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. Again, it is Mother's Month. We're celebrating our mothers all month long. And tonight we have two mothers who not only bring experience, but they bring strength, they bring wisdom, and they bring real life perspective. And most importantly, they bring a sense of humor, because we need that in order to parent effectively. Because if you're not laughing sometimes, you're going to definitely hurt somebody. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You're going to hurt somebody. For real. So I'm going to introduce, let's see. All right. I'm going to introduce our first guest. Let me find her information. I'm working with 2 screens instead of 3, so I'm a little lost this evening. One of my screens went out. What would we do without our gadgets and our gadgets? All right. So our first guest is Gilda D. Suter. She's an MSW, LCSW, and she's a native of North Carolina with roots in Durham. She is the 5th born child in her family of 5. being the number of grace. She has embraced the mantra that she is a beautiful picture of the grace of God. She is honored to have been birthed. She has been honored to have birthed 5 children, her oldest departing this world in 2014. She is also blessed to be called Gigi by 6 wonderful grandbabies. Gilda, you're a better woman than I am. He is not calling me Gigi. Gilda is a double eagle, having received her Bachelor's of Business Administration and Master's of Social Work from North Carolina Central University. In addition, she has obtained the designation of a licensed clinical social worker in the state of North Carolina. Listen, y'all, I love this. She is the author of a book entitled Lessons from the Valley. I can't wait to dig into that. And ultimately, the lessons learned and the things that God has allowed her to overcome have her give her a passion for supporting others in a variety of ways in so many different capacities. In addition to obtaining her clinical license, Gilda is also a licensed realtor. Come on, boss babe. A licensed realtor in the state of North Carolina. She believes in the dignity and worth of all people that everyone has within themselves, the resilience that it takes to make choices that work for them and not against them. And when put into practice, this can allow people to become the best possible version of themselves. I love that. She is currently working to fulfill a vision of opening a transitional home to house single mothers with the goal of helping them achieve higher education goals and ultimately homeowners themselves. Her prayer is that other people's lives are enriched as a result of her sharing insight and encouragement to those who desire to make an impact in this world that will have a positive impact for generations to come. Come on, Gilda girl, open up your camera. Welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage. Welcome to Woman2Woman. Do you know how to do it? There you go.
I got it. Hey.
I was going to joke you in a
Hello,
minute.
everyone.
I will joke
Hello.
you. Don't play with me. I will joke you. All right. So I'm going to bring up our next guest, and this is Dr. Shirley, is a friend of the show. And see, y'all lucky I'm in a good mood tonight and that my sinuses are acting a little better because these bios, these resumes, I chopped them all the way up. Oh my goodness. I just chopped. I'm like, nope, we'll be here all night. And you should see what I'm getting ready to read about Dr. Shirley. So, all right, deep breath, and here we go. Dr. Shirley McArthur-Williams has been in the healthcare arena for 40 years. She obtained her bachelor's degree in nursing from the University of the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., her master's degree in nursing science as a family nurse practitioner from the University of Alaska in Anchorage, Alaska. Dr. McArthur-Williams furthered her education and obtained a doctorate of philosophy in post-secondary adult education. Her love for nursing has afforded her the opportunity to work in every area in nursing and gaining valuable experiences. Dr. McArthur-Williams has taught nursing courses along with organizational leadership and management courses at various universities in metropolitan Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. McArthur-Williams is a legal nurse consultant. Come on, another boss babe, providing evidence-based nursing practices to her clients for sound medical legal input. She has provided input as a reviewer for content for several nursing online programs. Dr. McArthur-Williams is currently a certified birth and postpartum doula, a certified location, nope, not location, that says lactation. Here we go. See, that's too many words. Lactation consultant and certified breastfeeding counselor, providing services to maternity clients during the pregnancy and after birth. She has a love for being a lifelong sponge for new knowledge in healthcare. Let me catch my breath. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage a friend of Woman2Woman and our medical consultant and our vacation diva, none other than Dr. Shirley McArthur-Williams.
Hello.
My
Thank
goodness.
you. It's an honor. It's an honor.
Those bios are long. My throat is dry. It's just a port.
You could always say etc.
Right.
Right.
My goodness and gracious. But when you are accomplished, put it all down on paper and make them read it. Look at what I've done. I love it. And again, welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight and kicking off this Mother's Month for me. How y'all doing? I mean, everybody looks great. Y'all all right this evening?
I am.
A little warm.
Thank God.
Gilda has on her you got on your air conditioning?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't play with 94 degrees.
Well, Miss Gilda, I was in the car with the AC on and I was still sweathering.
No.
Uh-oh. You might need to get some of the
Black girl vitamins. And I didn't
the
take
Minnow Chill. You have to get the Minnow Chill.
I didn't take it today.
Now I can attest to it.
They work.
They work.
They do. I'm like 3 days behind. I didn't take any for 3 days.
And when I don't, it's horrible.
It's terrible.
It's back to
yeah.
Okay.
Remember, I told you it was 2 layers of glue to get this to stay down because I started sweating like a pig.
I'm out too. I'm out, and so I'm being drenched at nighttime. So
yeah. You got to place that order, girl. But Dr. Shirley and I are holding out. The calendar says May. We're not turning on the air conditioner.
Okay.
No.
Each her own.
Nope.
I can't. There's no way.
Nope. Global warming will not take over my life. It already took over my winter.
That'll be 6 months.
Yes. Come on. No. Let us breathe. Let us breathe before we have to take on another huge bill. No, let us breathe. Okay. So, Dr. Shirley, as we fan, we'll keep the conversation. Going. I got my neck fan. I got my other fan over here. So, but again, ladies, thank you again for joining me this evening, because I am riding solo tonight. So I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to come and just hang out. Let's talk about motherhood. Oh, yeah. So I don't even know where to begin. Motherhood. But let's start here. I think I have it titled "Mothering Ain't Easy." Can we do that? Mothering is not easy. What is something that surprised you the most about motherhood that you were not prepared for? I'm gonna start with you, Gilda, since you knew. You get some preferential treatment this evening.
Well, thank you very kindly.
You're so welcome.
So I think I'm not sure that I ever considered that question when I saw it earlier, because it's not like I sat down and had this beautiful plan for how I was going to enter motherhood, because I entered motherhood as a teenager. And so I never had a per se plan.
Yeah.
So I can't say what surprised me, but what I will say is somehow, some way that inner part of me that it just happened. Like I didn't get prepared for being a mom, but when the time came, I had everything in me to be a mom to the child that I birthed. So I think I was surprised at being able to take care of him, even though I was a young girl myself.
Okay.
I was able to take care of him.
Right.
So I think I was surprised at the fortitude that I had.
I like that.
And then as more kids came along, it's just interesting that they can all come from the same person, and you got all of these different
personalities.
Yeah. So if I knew, so my first one, he was Jim, and I mean they all are different, but he was Jim, and then I got the second one, and he was East and West.
Yeah.
And I thought something wrong with this boy. But it wasn't. It's just, having to understand that they are, as God said, they're uniquely designed.
Yeah.
They're uniquely made for the purpose for which they have been placed upon this earth. So,
that's good. Dr. Shirley, I know yours is a little different.
Mine's a little different in the sense that it's a lot that I was surprised and wasn't prepared for. The labor. Let's start there.
All right, doula. Just
listen. The pain, the contractions. I wasn't prepared for that. I read a lot and was doing everything. I wasn't prepared for that. Nobody could prepare you for it. All they said was that it hurts, but you get over it. The other part was having a baby around all the time. Now I love babies and I like to play with babies, but bringing the baby home, I was excited, and it's like, okay, who's going to take the baby now? So over playing with the baby and helping me with the baby, and it's like, okay, now that everybody's gone, who's going to take care of this little baby? So that all of those were shocks and surprises, even though I was excited about having the baby, but it was the sleepless nights, the colic. Me being tired, being sore, there's a whole 9 months that with carrying a baby, or really 10, because the first month is, that's why we go to 40 weeks. And so it was a lot of learning and adjusting, major adjusting around my life, incorporating a whole baby, not a half a baby, a whole baby into this, with the diapers and the getting up and, I gotta sleep. I gotta do laundry. I gotta, exciting as it was, I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. Mentally, I was prepared because, you see the bump, but the afterwards, I don't think I was as prepared as I thought I could be, and enjoyed it. So went back another time. If you fast forward, the going to school and the mommy vehicle, taking you to this activity, that activity to pick you up, and going grocery shopping. And so it was a lot. If we could write a book and do stages of parenting, stages of motherhood, and so that people can really be prepared for it, so that they can read ahead of time to see what it all entails, other than a baby bump and photos.
Yeah, like Gilda, I was a teenage mother as well, and like her, there was no joy and eager anticipation. I got caught, you know what I'm saying? So and it was a whole lot of drama surrounding that. What are you gonna do? You can't do that. You have your whole life in front of you. You got da. Ooh, right? So and I think mine was a lot of confusion, a lot of fear, uncertainty, and it's like, what in the world am I doing? Maybe I should have listened to the other one who said, you're not ready for this, but I didn't. I listened to the other one that said, well, she will help take care of it. I'm like, so it's, and like you said, okay, so she's here. Where y'all going? Y'all not going, no, that's your baby. Right. I gotta go to work.
Well, I think for me, I didn't, and I promise you, even thinking back, I didn't have fear, and I was joyful. For some reason, I was prepared. And I know that had to be God, and with the help of my family. And Dr. Shirley, you were saying something about labor. What was so interesting was I was in a school that actually taught us. We had nurses come in and step by step. So I went knowing every step, like the process, which maybe intellectually that was just something that, and I had no fear. And it was so funny. I don't know how a 15, almost 16-year-old girl, because I have a granddaughter who is my age, I can't fathom her being at the stage I was. having a kid.
Yeah.
But somehow, some way, and I can't explain it, but the preparation was there. I don't know. I think when we were in different settings, because I had kids in my family. And I had nephews and a niece, and I was used to always being around babies, so I knew how to take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, I think that helped me to be better prepared. Maybe, I mean, I was 15, almost 16. So of course, all of the prefrontal lobe, the cortex, that stuff wasn't developed, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah.
maybe it was just, I don't know. I'm like,
The innocence of it all, right?
I think the innocence.
Yeah.
Of
The innocence, yeah.
You had something to prove, though, in the sense of you were a young teen mom, and the choices to carry, the choices to embrace, and so you had something to prove. So them doing a lot of preparation for you gave you that fortitude to persevere. So.
Oh yeah, I knew I had to take care of him. I knew he was my responsibility. And I remember one of my aunts saying to me one time, she said, "You always keep your baby with you." Well, my sister probably would disagree, because sometimes I would be like, "You got to take care of him because I got somewhere to go. I got something to do." But I know that even having their support helped me to be able to keep going forward in life, and not let that just turn my whole life upside down. So, yeah.
All right. So, is there one thing that, or something that really caught you off guard? Because we have this parenting experience, and we get to the place where like you said, well, I'm here now, and it's like no matter what age you are, whether you're the teenage mother or whether you're the 20-something-year-old, it's still the responsibility of another life, right? And again, sometimes our parents and grandparents made this thing look real easy. I know my grandmother did. She made this thing look easy. She was nurturing, and she cooked, she cleaned, she worked 15 jobs, and she was in church every Sunday, fried chicken. She was on the pastors, she was on the usher board, the choir, all the things. She just made it all look so easy. Is there one thing that really caught you off guard, that said, what, hold up, this isn't what I thought it would be? Dr. Shirley, you take that for me.
After the baby showers, let's say after the baby showers, and you're all excited, the sleepless nights, having to juggle my schedule, a wife's schedule, a nurse schedule, and then I had a 4-year-old, his schedule. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And I did have help, but I just felt like the majority or the burden felt on both my shoulders to do, the to-do list, and to make things work. So it was a lot of work. I'm fast forwarding. Now I understand what my mom said. Wait until you get your grandchildren, because it's another way to do it. And you just completely enjoy it, because now you don't have the worries of the meals and the grocery shopping and the laundry. You don't have all those work, even though you still do it. It's not like it consumes you, because you've already gone through it before.
Right. Gilda, what's one thing that really, that you could say really you just were not prepared for, that really
the hurt that I feel when my child hurt? That's a different, like, the motherhood thing. When someone hurts my child, or when my child is hurting, I was not prepared to feel that deep. I mean, even they're grown now, but it's a different hurt
Mm-hmm.
when your child is hurting.
Right.
Yes.
I think I was prepared
That
for it.
mama bear thing, it took on
Right.
Yes, it's
a whole new
it's a
life.
different pain.
Did you
It's
find
like you
that?
can mess with me,
Yeah, but don't
but
come for my kid.
Right.
Don't ever come for my kid. I don't like her either, but you're not gonna mess with my kid. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah,
you,
yeah, it's that hurt. When they're hurting, it's a
and it's
different
nothing you can do about it. Like you said,
that
even
No.
part.
from
That part.
infancy to adulthood, we all have adult children now, and it's certain things that you're seeing, and it's like, this is not going to work. Don't do it. But it's nothing you can do about it, right? To intervene, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that mama bear thing, yeah, that really, because I don't think it's to where you realize you could love someone that much, that all consuming, that you mean that much to me. I would hurt somebody for you.
Right.
Yeah. Still, still,
Yeah. I
still.
know my mom said when she used to say when they're younger sometimes they get on your nerves, but
Mm-hmm.
when they're older they get on your heart. It's like when they're
Mm,
older you still their mom, you still their mother,
Mm-hmm.
and it's your heart that I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly what she means now, but I didn't when she used to say it,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
I get it, I
That
get it
makes
now.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just different. All right, so let's pivot for a second. So this is a good one, because we've all learned things throughout motherhood, because again, we all have adult children and we
Mhm.
all have grandchildren at this point, or Dr. Shirley and I each have one grandchild. Gigi. Gigi.
Gigi got more than one.
Yeah, Gigi got a bushel in the peck. Bushel in the peck. How do I say? I don't even know. Um, is there, because mothering is a challenge. I don't care how many books they write about it. It's just like the kid. What works for one kid almost certainly doesn't work for the other ones.
Right.
Almost certainly. And
Right.
it's not a one size fit all. You are the same mother, you're using the same
Mm-hmm.
methods, but these are individual people who
Yeah.
it just doesn't compute, the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is there something you had to unlearn
Mm.
while you were parenting? Because we're still parenting, but we're more in the consultancy stage now instead of managing.
Right. Right.
Or we should be consultants and not managers. Um, but is there something you had to unlearn? Like with the first kid that did not work with the second
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or the third.
I think for me, um, when I used to hear people say, I love all my kids the same, and I realized I said it's impossible because they are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
I love them all endlessly,
Mm-hmm.
but I love them differently
Mm-hmm.
because they are different people.
Right.
So I had to learn that just what you just said. I can't um do the same thing with each one.
Yeah.
And that, you know, that's something that I had to learn. And even now, as they are adults, and like you said, the consultant stage,
Mm.
I know sometimes that I'm like, Lord, this right here, even them being adults, it's like, takes me for a loop,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are you
and their
thinking?
struggle sometimes it doesn't lessen sometimes my
Mm-mm.
anxiety,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
okay, but just they're different people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're different people. I can't love them the same, although I love them all.
Yeah. That's good. Dr. Shirley?
I think for me, growing up in a strong disciplinary household,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to unlearn that learned behavior when it came to discipline my children. What I wasn't going to do, what I wasn't, if my child do this, I'm going to do this, this, and this. But I unlearned the behavior and unlearned that pattern of my siblings and
Mm-hmm.
myself or my
Yeah.
cousins,
Yeah.
get spanked or beat or however you want to
Mm-hmm.
phrase it. But I unlearned that, and I chose to discipline my children in a different way. Even when it came down to the feedings, I didn't force them to eat things that I
Yeah.
didn't like okra, but you're gonna eat it. No, I don't like
Mm-mm.
it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like oatmeal, but you're gonna eat it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the some of the patterns and behaviors that I grew up with, and I
Yeah.
gave them an option. At least try one spoonful. I didn't
Yeah.
put a lot on the plate. Try one spoonful. If you don't like it, then and that's how we navigated around the food and things like that. So it was
That's good.
unlearning how I grew up, and in a strong disciplinary home.
Yeah. The
That's
same.
good.
And I'm like with and I have to pivot back to what Gilda said. Yeah, we love all the children, but it's just it's just you know that everyone says I have a favorite, and it's not so much that he's my favorite. It's just at times he's easier to get
Mm.
along with,
Mhm.
right? So these wonderful daughters of mine, they're not always so pleasant and affable and agreeable and all the things. And the boy, he's just a little easy, even though he could get on your nerves too. But
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's viewed as though, now the one thing they can never say is that I treated one better than the other, because I would always tell them
Right,
I dislike you all equally. So you don't have to
right,
worry about it. I love you all, but I dislike you all equally.
right.
Um, just because I know what it's like to grow up in a home where one child is favored over the other, and I think that was what I unlearned.
Hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
not to show favoritism, because I
Okay.
know that's how I
Right,
grew up.
right.
And so I sort of made it a point, and like you said, to your point, Gilda, you have to develop relationships with each of them
Right.
where
Mm-hmm.
they are, or it's
Mhm.
never going to work anyway. If you don't meet them where they are from the age of 2, 3, 4, 15,
Mm-hmm.
25, it's never going to work anyway, right? So yeah.
I think for me, I love them all the same, equally the
Mm,
same.
okay.
My heart feels the same.
Yes.
Love. Now, how I interact with them is what I say is different. So
Yeah.
I don't love them differently. I interact with them differently. One,
Yeah.
is very emotional, then I have to, cater,
Mm-hmm.
and yield to that. If one is very outspoken and almost at the point of maybe going to get that backhand because you're talking back, then I have to interact with them differently,
Yeah.
but I
Differently.
love them the same.
Sure.
So I just
Yeah.
want to qualify, you know, when I'm saying I love them equally and love them the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Um, I take a bullet for them, I die for them, I throw the
Mm-hmm.
deuces up for them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying. My love is the same for them, but how I
Right.
interact with them
Right.
is because the
I
personalities are
manifest
totally
toward
different.
them.
Yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
personalities are different. So you have to interact with them differently.
God
Mm-hmm.
knows the personalities are different. We don't have enough time to talk about personalities.
No, we don't.
No, we do not. All right, so let's pivot for a moment. We're gonna keep it moving, and so both of you, and I really wanted you together specifically this evening, because both of you share an experience that no parent ever wants to even imagine, or even have to fathom this happening. And both of you tragically lost your sons, your oldest boys, to violence at a very young age. And both of them weren't even doing anything wrong. That's how much in common you had. They want.
Right.
I know Dr. Shirley's son was going to help a friend, and I know your son was just trying to be an adult and have a conversation. And I don't. Again, it's not a club you want to be a part of.
Nah.
It's not a membership. You can tell them, revoke my membership and take it back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a refund. Not, it's none of those things. But we know tragically and sadly, it's not you. You won't be, and you're not the only mothers who have that story, that testimony. You won't be the last, right? Especially the way our society, especially for we as a people, we experience this too many times to even count. It's not a t-shirt big enough for all the names that we keep adding, right? To the children that were lost. So let's talk about that just for a second. Because again, I can't imagine. I just cannot imagine. And this is the one thing we do know, that we go on because life goes on, right? We have to go on because life goes on, and but it's learning to move on. And Dr. Shirley, I'll start with you because I believe JR's his death happened, but it's been the longest time, and he was 21, 22?
20.
20,
just turned
20 years old. Yeah, talk a little bit about that, as much as you're comfortable discussing.
Well, unexpected.
Yeah.
I don't, and I say unexpected as though even if it was expected, it would be something different. But I'm just saying, just out of the blue, you don't expect that.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have mattered how it happened. It did matter when it was time to go to courts, sitting through 2 trials and so forth and so on. It was just the fact that here I was helpless, and I'm supposed to protect my child, and I couldn't fix that. I couldn't put a Band-Aid on it. I couldn't, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't kiss the boo-boo and make it better. It wasn't something that I could do. There was no preparation for that. None. You can write as many books as you want on grief and loss, and how you can be resilient when it comes to losing. No, there was no book. There are no books that can prepare a mom. It just felt like somebody had their fist down my throat and was just squeezing my heart. I could breathe, but it just felt like something was squeezing my heart. And in that moment, you just go through, it was like, am I dreaming? I just started journaling. Am I dreaming or am I awake? Just chronicalizing everything that was going on, just writing things down, because it's like, I know I'm going to wake up from this. This can't be real. And I started writing. When I go back and read it now, it's just amazing what I captured. It's amazing what I captured. Even the visuals when he was coming to me, and it's all written down. And it's just page after page after page, because I really didn't want to think about it. So I felt if I wrote it down, that it would go away. And so it never did. And just still not, you have to walk through. You don't ever get over. And when people say, oh, eventually the hurt will lessen and you'll get over. The many times that I heard that, I probably would be in jail, because I probably would have smacked somebody. I would have been like, pew, pew, pew. And in another segment of the journal, it was stupid things people say to you when you're grieving.
Wow. That needs to be published.
Stupid things people say to you when you're grieving. Oh, that couldn't have been me. I would be under the mental health hospital. How do you deal with that? God knew the right person to pick. Oh my gosh, you're so strong. These are things that people were saying, that I wrote down. I have
mindless things.
Yeah.
God knew who to pick.
God, yeah, because I'm not as strong as you. I would be, yeah, I'm not as strong as you. Or did they give you a sedative? I said, they gave me a sedative, but I want to be awake. Oh my gosh, I would probably have to take the whole thing, and just go be with my child. And I was looking at him like, okay, you do realize that if you die, that don't mean you're gonna go be with your child. That it doesn't mean that. So
Right.
a
Stupid
lot
stuff.
of people talking like that. So and I'll let you jump in because I could keep going on. I'll let you jump in.
So with my son, he was 33. He had turned 33 like a month before this happened. He was actually going to a doctor's appointment, and the girl he was dating, ex-boyfriend, had stalked him, had been stalking him. And it was so interesting. I was telling somebody, I was working at the college. His doctor's appointment was up the street. And I talked to him earlier, and he was going to see about an apartment. He was excited, and just all the things. It's like you said, it's the honest. I mean, I talked to him like an hour before all of this happened. But I was working. It was like a tale of two cities, things going on at the same time that I was totally oblivious to what was happening. So they did a lockdown at the college because of the vicinity of where the doctor's office was. So I was corralling students into my office because of the lockdown, protecting them. I was protecting other people's students, not knowing that my son was taking his last breath. And so, and I distinctly remember one of my colleagues saying, why is somebody shooting at 10 o'clock in the morning? And I said, why are they shooting, period? And so all of the day went on, they lifted the lockdown, and business as usual. And I remember my husband calling, texting me saying, hey, I'm outside. So odd. I'm outside. I need for you to get your things and come outside. And I'm thinking, for what? But me knowing him, I knew that something isn't right. So now I'm already weak, right? I'm already shaking in my boots. But I thank God for my director at the time who noticed the change in my countenance. And so he helped me to go outside. And I was like, okay, so I see him standing with this white guy. He wasn't in an officer suit, in a car that I was unfamiliar with. But I started getting foggy. Like, it was so, everything was just, it wasn't making sense. And they said, wanted me to get in the car. And I'm like, no, I'm not getting in this car. I don't know this man. I was just, because I knew somewhere in the pit of my belly, something bad had happened. So I got in the car. And the thing of it is, my son would have seizures. So I asked, well, I just looked at him and I said, was it Antonio? And he shook his head. And so I thought maybe he had a seizure, right? Or something. So I said, did he have a seizure? And he said, no. And out of nowhere, you guys, I promise you, I said, that was him in the shooting. I don't know where that came from, but I knew instinctively that it was him. And so that's when things really started. I just remember, the scream was like I don't even know how to mimic the scream, but then it just felt like you said, I was like, this isn't real. Like, whose life is this? You can't really describe it, but it's a,
right.
And that was in January. And then time went on throughout the year. And I remember walking to my car from work. I was back at work and everything. And I heard somebody say November. I stopped and I looked at the person and I said, "It's November?" I said, "When did it get November?" I will never forget that. I said, when did it get November?
Right.
But I was going to work. I was, doing stuff. But the footprints in the sand, that story about the footprints in the sand became real to me.
Right.
That is when you see those one set of footprints at the times where you think God has left you.
Yeah.
That was his footprints carrying you. I got a whole new understanding about being carried.
Right.
And you both have, and this is the other part of it, because you both have other children. So you didn't even have the privilege of, and I'll use that word of just stopping and breathing and tuning everything and everyone out and just checking out for however long it took for you to heal. You still have other children. Forget the job, forget the husband, the ex, the this one, the that one. It's the other children who have now lost a sibling and still need their mother.
Right. Right.
The most horrific part.
Yeah, I think for me it was
yeah.
It was that I had tuned out. I had tuned all of that out. My mom was a lifesaver who came and just took over the whole house. Didn't care if I went to work. I knew bills had to be paid. It just wasn't in me to do anything. My mom was the backbone, the jail, the fence, everything. My daughter came to me, and my son died. My son's birthday, and he died 2 weeks to the day. So I celebrate his birthday, and then 2 weeks exactly is his anniversary death. But my daughter came. That was August. I think around October. She said, "Mommy, you got to live, because what's going to happen to me and my sister? If you go, who's going to take care of us? You got to eat. I wasn't eating. I think I had gone from a size maybe 8. I think I was at size 8 then to a size 4. I thought it was a size 4. I went to try on a suit. It was a size 2, and it was just, just that portion of the grief when she came and laid her head on my chest and just said, "Mama, you got to live. They told me to be strong for you." And she said, I said, "Who told you to be strong for me? No, this is your brother. You grieve for your brother."
Yes.
That was my wake up. It wasn't anybody else. That was my wake up to say, "Hey, I got to take care of my babies. I got to take care of my babies." So it was more me going in a room, closing the door so they wouldn't see me cry, because I didn't want to upset them. Them going in a room crying to my mom because they didn't want me to see them crying to upset me. So we all had to come together, and just get through it, because they were still young.
Yeah.
It was me. I was like, how am I going to tell them? I mean, that thing, I kept saying, I felt so bad for them. Like it was my child, but I felt so bad for his siblings, and I couldn't fix it.
Right.
See, that was the thing for me. I couldn't fix it, and it seemed like as time would go on, if I got a call from one of them, somehow the whole day, it was like all of them would feel it at the same time. And I would get a call from one. Then a couple of hours later, another one breaking down. And I was just having to deal with, oh, I can't fix this. I can't I can't fix this. And it was so sad.
So you bury your feelings and take care and acknowledge their feelings.
Yeah, I finally said one day, I just brought them all together and I said, I can't fix it. I said, y'all, I am having to go to God and get the help that I need. And I had people, who definitely doing the best they could to support me. I said, but I'm going to have to take all of us to the throne because I need him too. I can't fix it.
Right.
And just their eyes, because they were looking at me like, can you help us? Like, can you fix it? I felt so helpless. I felt I couldn't do anything for them. And it was just sad just to see, I think even when I can deal with it, but when I think about them looking at me for help, I can't help you.
So, so of course we're in May and it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and parenting within itself is mentally challenging. During that time, did either one of you seek grief? Because back then it wasn't a thing either. You know what I'm saying? For us, because right now, therapy is on trend, right?
Yeah.
Gilda, I know you have people signing up for therapy who really don't need therapy. They're really wasting their time most of the time because they just want to be able to say to their friends, "Well, I go to therapy every Wednesday." You know what I'm saying? I do.
The
And then there are those who don't sign up that need to sign up.
They need therapy. They need to be swapping places.
Right, because again, no one wants to imagine, but like you said to the kids, I'm going to God, and you all have to find a way to navigate this and to heal during this, because there was nothing, you had nothing left.
Right.
There was nothing left. And like you said, Dr. Shirley, Dr. Mack, who is now Dr. Mack, she wasn't then, says, I need you to live.
Yeah.
And that was, and I think that was cathartic for the both of you. Her speaking her fear, through seeing what was becoming of her, while your mom was there. She was eating, she was going to school, she was bathed, but she needed you as well. And it was a shared, they said we can share many things, and grief isn't one of them.
No, it's not.
No.
Grief is not one of them.
No.
Share a plate of spaghetti, but
you can't share grief.
No.
Because it's not linear, and it's not the book. Nobody can, it's not a step-by-step process. Now we have the cycles, the cycles, but you can go from 1 to 4, back to 1, then to 2, and then to 5. We can do all the things. So no, we can't share that. And I gave my children permission. Because like you said, a lot of times, like we're on trend now, but I gave them permission. I said, I will help you find a therapist. Please go to therapy. I need for you to go to therapy. It was me saying, you have permission and support. Go to therapy.
Right.
It is okay. It is okay.
So this what has this journey taught you about yourself?
You mean where I am now or back then?
Where you are now. And even because it was a transition. You didn't just, even though, Sherelle came to you in that moment, you weren't better in that moment.
Oh no.
You started
No.
moving,
Mm-hmm.
you were made aware of what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
But from the transition and even into now, because it all plays a part in who we are. Every trauma, every triumph,
Mm-hmm.
right? It contributes on who we are as people,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, that journey, how does it attribute to who you are today and what you learned about yourself?
Where I am today, it should have prompted me to openly grieve. I did not. I silently grieved. Um, and then, in the death of my mom and, my grandparents, my brother, I silently grieved till the journey now is me in therapy,
Mm-hmm.
to deal with all of the suppressed
Mm-hmm.
grief. Because, as Gilda said, it was January and now you're in November. And how did I get there?
Yeah.
So I have to work with the therapist to completely unpeel my onion
Mm-hmm.
all the way down to the core, so that I can, you know, I can be very um, to have a peace, and not have gone through that, and as traumatic as it was, um, have PTSD over it because I didn't deal with it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I think the takeaway is, me working with individuals who have lost children, parents who have lost children, more specifically mothers who have lost children, to encourage them
Yeah.
to grieve, even though you have other children at home.
Mm.
Let them see you cry, let them see you scream, let them see and explain to them that what you are going through is normal, because children may not do the same thing. They won't do the same thing. But
Yeah.
if they never see the mom or dad or anybody crying
Right.
with them. I never saw my mom cry. I don't know
Mm.
if you saw Nana cry. I don't know. I never saw my mom cry. They was just um had a just a strong, that the presence was so strong in our family. The
Yeah.
women was very, very strong. So I think
Yeah.
I looked at that even with um, Sabrina's grandmother, who was my godmother, who was the strongest,
Mm-hmm.
and then my mom was next of the
Mm-hmm.
six children. So, but this journey will afford me the opportunity to share the journey, and then to coach and guide and support others as they go through, but letting them know it is okay to not be okay.
Yeah. Finally, we're in that place. Lady Gilda, what have you really learned about yourself?
Um, I learned that I can do anything. If I can endure that, I can do anything. I can do hard things,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the book that I wrote, I remember just going through. It was one day that it was kind of hard for me, and I was getting these little sentences. I didn't know it was a book at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was okay. Here's a little nugget here, and so my thought was write it down. So I was finding sticky paper, and I would write the sentence down. Didn't know what it was going to be, and it happened over a series of a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I found out some kind of way that these are the these are the headers, the chapters for a book. Like
Mm-hmm.
you just working with God,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
everything He would give me was a chapter to a book. And it was talking about the things that you learn when you're in the valley. Some things you just not getting on the mountaintop.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that was a valley. Like
Mhm.
that was a valley. And so it's like you were saying, um, being able to gird yourself, learning the grief process. And and I found out by taking classes, some classes before I was enrolled in my MSW program. I had taken some classes. And then when that happened with my son, some of that stuff came back up because I didn't know what a grief burst was. I
Mm,
just remember sitting at work one day and all of a sudden I was screaming.
mm,
The people down the hall heard me, and I didn't care. But I found out that it meant it was a burst. It's like stuff, it bubbles up and then it just bursts.
mm,
And so I was learning like theoretical practice things through my
Mm-hmm.
own struggles. And then I got sent to find a mom whose daughter was murdered by her
Mm-hmm.
classmate. And I'm thinking, how am I going to help this person?
Right.
mhm,
But I knew I had to go. My first
Mm-hmm.
thought was, where's her mom?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I was just getting put out there. And in me getting put out there, I
Mm-hmm.
was getting help.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then I got put on platforms with the city. And then I was at the state legislature talking about um, gun violence and
Mm-hmm.
mothers against. I ain't signed up for this stuff. It's
mhm,
like God was like, I need you to go out here and help
Right.
me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I do think in doing that, I was I was healing.
yeah,
And but because people don't all the stupid stuff that people say, you know, people don't need to hear that.
mm-mm,
And some people think they're being helpful, but
Right.
we can go now and we can just, comfort somebody. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's not with words, just the fact that you're
Just your
not
presence.
alone.
Right.
Yeah,
Your presence.
you're not alone.
Right.
And even if my story may not be like your story,
Mm-hmm.
we're all in this club.
yeah,
Right.
I'm
yeah,
in there.
yeah,
So, and people tend to be able to accept me because they understand I'm not here for no form, no fashion. I'm here to tell you you're not alone. And if
mhm,
Right.
you just every day,
mhm,
just get up,
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I learned I can do hard things. I knew I could do hard things, but I learned I could really do
Really
hard
do hard
Hard
things.
things.
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
And so when I
Well, you
get these
survived on
challenges,
purpose. There's the shirt. You survived on purpose, and
I,
I
I
that's
like
what
that. Yeah.
because the whole thing of this is there are plenty who survive, but they don't survive the way
On
we do,
purpose.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And the
right,
fact that you come out of something,
Right.
whatever that something is, and you come out on the other side, you did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's
did.
something deeper and in you that fought for purpose, and you did it on
Yes,
Purpose.
purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the t-shirt is for sale. Let me know your size and I'll send you the link.
I need the T-shirt.
Of
Yeah.
course,
Need the
my
Yeah.
T-shirt.
brand guy is upstairs. He's waiting to send me the text. So anyway, um, so this is what I love about your story because definitely the trial, the tragedy, and the tragedy and the tears are there,
Mm-hmm.
but the triumphant part for me, because I know you both, is that let's talk about the other children, because you both have through that raised successful other children, children, siblings to this the son, and that goes to me, it shows again what you're made of,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times when we lose, we don't know how to love anymore,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everyone can't recover
Mm-hmm. It's true.
um, you know Dr. Shirley's daughter is Dr. Mac. She's our life coach. She's the educator, and her grandson, he's getting ready to be president of the United States in about Dr. Mack, you still on, and she was on for a minute. He's going to be president in at least 10 years. He's going to bypass law school and everything. They just go nominate him.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Mind you, he's just a freshman in high school, but he's got this on lock.
Let's do it.
So, and then Gilda, your sons and your amazing. Who's the one son? What's his name? Because he's your kid, not mine. What's his name?
Which one?
Well, the one that's
the son. How many sons you have?
She has 15 children.
So I had 4 boys and 1 girl. So
right.
3 boys and 1 girl.
So that's 3 boys. So the son that's is currently is taking Hollywood by storm.
Oh, Josh.
She said she just smiled.
Oh, Josh.
And he was just casted in the remake of, what's it called? A Different World? Mm-hmm. There you go.
Okay. He shot it in Atlanta, actually, with Debbie
Look
Allen.
at that. Yeah.
Congratulations. Same last name?
Thank you. Suitor. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Congratulations.
Dr. Mack says, I'm here. Yes, you are here, and you are the bomb. Yes, your son is going to be president in 5 minutes. Okay?
I love that.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
So, and then your youngest daughter, Hope, she's phenomenal. I got to spend some time with her. It's just like it's a testament to, I hate the R word that they always use for us as a people, but we are indeed resilient, and we're resilient in all things, right? Mm-hmm. And even unto tragedy, we don't have a choice, like you said, Dr. Shirley, it's in us, because we watched the mothers and the grandmothers and the aunties and we just didn't fall apart. We falling apart is not an option. Let me just put it that way. Mm-hmm. And the fact that you were still able to just love again and keep loving and keep nurturing and keep growing, and both of you, because you weren't a PhD at that time, Dr. Shirley, and Lady G, you were not, where you are right now at that time. It was so. We'll never know why. Right. But I always like the triumph on the other side. I always like it, because we discuss heavy topics, but we always got to find the joy in the morning, y'all.
That's right.
The morning. Right. All right. So let's lighten it up real quick. Motherhood, describe it in 1 word.
Life-changing.
Is that 1 word? That sounded like
life-changing is 1 word.
It's 1 word.
It's hyphenated. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. All right.
Meaningful.
Meaningful. Dr. Mack put a 1 word in the chat for motherhood.
She mustn't like our words.
Right.
Well, I'm just doing audience engagement too.
Transforming. It's transforming. Yes.
My word is challenging.
Okay.
Challenging. At times disappointing. Let's just put it out there. Okay.
Fulfillment.
Yeah.
Fulfillment.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Depends on the kid, but okay. Work in progress. I'm going to call my therapist tomorrow. Oh, boy. All right, ladies, thank you so much for spending your time.
Thank you.
This was great. I really appreciate y'all. Give me one more mama-ism. Give me a mama-ism. Crystal took yours, Gilda. That whole
She took it before I'm like, so she said that's all of you. Be yourself. Here it is. I'm gonna put it up. Be
Because I
yourself
said so.
before you be by yourself.
Mhm.
Never.
Just
She
because I said so. Don't ask me no questions. Just do what I say do.
Motherhood in one word. Dr. Max said joy.
But we were
Give me,
close.
give
We
me
said
motherhood in
fulfilling.
one word. One word. Motherhood in one word. I got several choice words, but I don't think
not the platform.
not the choice words. Not the platform for now. I gotta go on D.L. Hughley's show. We can have a discussion. Or Reese
God.
Colbert, because she'll drop the F-bomb in a minute. We need to go on Reese's show. She, she let it Lord, but ooh-wee. These politicians really get her going.
Yeah.
All
Now
right.
I would say my children were my lifesaver.
Yeah, that's good.
They during that time. Yeah. During that time. They were
I can do that one. Lifesaver.
She was
yeah. Because at my lowest points, they were the ones who picked me up.
Right.
Lifesaver. Oh, look, they just scored points. Thank you for that, Dr. Shirley. Thank you. The funniest thing, anybody who meets me, and I don't know why, but they're often surprised that I have children. And I'm like, well, what would make you think that I don't? I don't know. It's just, the way you are. I'm like, what is that? Someone who doesn't have kids. And I'm like, okay, 3. Count them. 3. All 3. God bless them. Bless their lives.
Yes.
Yeah. But and I'm with Dr. Mack. There can be joyous moments.
Mm-hmm.
Joyous moments.
Mm-hmm.
Adulting is interesting. They were more joy. They brought you more joy when they were little, but now just bring me the joy juice because y'all driving me crazy. But thank you again for joining me tonight.
Yeah.
Really appreciate y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for taking the time. Motherhood, the things our parents didn't tell us, the things our grandmother didn't tell us, and God knows the things they didn't prepare us for.
Right.
But certain things it was out of their depth and they couldn't have. Mm-hmm. And like you said, and I like this part because you said a lot of times we just suffer in silence.
Mm-hmm.
We just suffer. I'm looking into scream therapy. You want to go with me? Y'all want to go?
Yeah. Let's go.
Right?
Let's go.
I need scream therapy.
I think Dr. Mack said she wanted to do the axe throwing at one point.
I want to go to the rec room. Yeah. Yes, the rec room.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Mack,
we're gonna get it. Good though.
Have you done it?
Yes.
Oh,
I love axe throwing. I just don't go a lot.
Yes. The next time I see you, you have to take me axe throwing.
I will take you axe throwing.
Okay, and Dr. Shirley, when I come on down, we can go. Where we going? To break up stuff, or we going to scream, or we going to do both?
We can go.
We can do all the things.
We can do all of the things.
All the things. We go to the beach and scream, and then go to the thing and break up the things, and then go find the axes and do that too.
Find the axes.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
I'm down for all of it. Thank y'all so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And thank you. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me tonight. My screen went black, and of course, because I'm by myself, I don't have any help to help me recover it. But I appreciate everyone for spending your time with me. Thank you for hanging out with us. I miss y'all so much. It was really 2 weeks. 2 weeks of 2 whole weeks of being sick and stuffy. I'm still a little stuffy. Dr. Shirley, I may need a prescription. I need a consultation. I need a consultation. They got me on all this other stuff, but prednisone, this and this, that, and the third, and all the things, and benzoate, muscifacid, and everybody. Before we go, though, if you could do me a favor, real quick, Dr. Shirley, what's it called? Hantavirus. 2 minutes. Tell us what it is.
It is a virus that's caused by contaminated food from rodent, more specifically rats. And so if rats, their droppings get on food, it contaminates it. So you may not know that you're actually eating it, because if you go out to a restaurant or you're buying it, you may not know that it's contaminated with that. So that's where that is. So I'm sure they have an antidote for it, because there was a doctor who was on the ship that tested positive for the hantavirus, and he was quarantined in Nebraska. And so and all he said was with therapeutic interventions, which is, not therapeutic rest, but with medical intervention, his test results came back and they were trending down.
Okay.
So he was recovering from that. Yeah. And he just said that, sniffles, felt like he was catching the flu. He had a cough. Those were his symptoms. But they still haven't released, what to do if you do get it.
Yeah. And then the others are still in quarantine too, right?
The doctor?
The other Americans in Nebraska.
Yeah. And they don't know how long, but 2 weeks minimum until they start testing negative for the hantavirus. And the doctor in Nebraska, he said, was trending down. I think when I looked at it last week, they quoted mild positive. I don't know how you can get a mild positive.
What is mild positive?
I don't know. It's either positive
or negative. That's like being a little pregnant. What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever.
Well, we're not getting told the truth, and we're not getting told everything.
Yeah.
You already, know what climate.
Once everything come out and they probably have the medication for it, the treatment identified for it, then we'll get better answers.
Wow, that's evil. We've been ripped out of WHO. We don't have a real FDA anymore. We don't have Department of Human and Health Services, and Ebola is now because they pulled the funding. All right, so we're gonna end on a high note. I just needed you to give us a little so we're not catching that today, right? We're not catching
it today, but I still don't think is nothing wrong with wearing your mask, especially when you're out in public and crowded places, because you don't know who's got the sniffles and sneezes and
well, I'm sniffling and sneezing. I don't have the hantavirus. I've been here.
I need to go get tested to make sure I'm not mildly positive. Because I was around you now.
Whatever. But you went cruising, so I have opportunity to probably be sicker now.
I had a mask on. I did wear a mask.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Lady Gilda, you can go on the cruise. Okay, just she's not doing it. I'm looking at her face. She's like, I'm not doing it.
It came from the food.
Well, it also came from when they went off the ship too. They went on. They
went off and they went, but then they got back on. But so
they don't know where it came.
What they said was that it was contaminated food from rodents, more specifically rats.
The droppings, yes.
But
the droppings,
they're saying it's not normally airborne,
right?
Which says to me that it can be
possible,
right?
Like being mildly positive,
positive, and flu symptoms and a fever,
I don't want any of it.
Jesus. All right. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us this evening. We always tend to run a little over, but the conversations are really good. On the bottom of your screen, you'll see a way to donate to the page so I can continue to bring you great content. I have some stuff coming up by the end of May. I'll have pretty big news about what we're doing and how we're growing and just glowing up. So please support the channel. You can support by Cash App, $BeFree217 or Venmo at BeFree-217. Thank you. Oh, I'm supposed to show this.
I do want the t-shirt though.
Right. But these this is the other thing. Juneteenth is coming.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm prepared. We're preparing early. June will be Juneteenth month. I'm doing like 4 shows in June, and I'm Dr. Mac. I'm calling you because it'll be Juneteenth month, and I was inspired by the All Roads Leads to the South rally on Saturday.
Oh yes.
They
yes.
just kept chanting, "When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win." So I went on and I designed my T-shirt, and this is what I'm gonna wear in June. You know, all of the "When we fight," I'm wearing it all the way to the polls. When we fight, we win. Those are the 3 shirts that I have designed. I have in black, yellow, or white.
I like them.
How he told me to say it. What did he say? The story. What'd you say? Like I can hear him. Like I got something in my ear and I don't. The pop-up will be live Friday. That's what he said. Okay. If you wanted the shirt before then, you can pre-order through me, and we can go through that. But I prefer for you to wait for the pop-up and just order it yourself. It just takes me out of the equation. So, but again, and it's a couple of more coming. I'm still working on a couple of more. So when we fight, we win.
We do.
Established when we fight, we win.
Yeah.
So yeah. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing your smiles. Thank you for putting on your dope glasses, Dr. Shirley. Looking like you at the beach.
Looking like she's still on the cruise.
On the cruise. I meant to pull those pictures down and show the little cruise picture she took with the little floppy hat and the little shades.
Yeah.
I was hating, whatever. So, but I love you both. Thank you. Thank you
for the platform.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. And we'll be in touch. Don't forget, it's Mother's Month. Celebrate all month long, ladies. Celebrate yourself.
Thank you. I'm going to go.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of Woman2Woman. We look forward to bringing you more content every week, as long as we can, as much as we can. I have a lot to say, and I know a lot of people. So you keep hanging out with me, and we'll be able to really, really do some things. So until we meet again, thank you, ladies. I'll see you next week. I really, really appreciate y'all. Take care. Bye.
Woman2Woman, 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 Woman2Woman. Real women, real issues, real conversations. Real women, real issues, real conversations. Woman2Woman, 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 Woman2Woman. Real women, real issues, real conversations. Real women, real issues, real conversations.